What's going on, guys? Junior's Fishing Company with a little nymph-ish style pattern today. I've been messing around a little bit with this pattern. It's pretty much like a Charlie Craven 2-bit jig, 2-bit hooker, 2-bit whatever. He's got a couple different ones that he's come up with, and I've just been kind of messing around with this pattern. I'm not going to put any lead on here because I do kind of want it to stay a little bit thinner, and with these two beads on there, it is plenty heavy. I've got a 9/64 and a 5/32 fire hole, just matte black. I plan on tying a bunch of different colors of these, but this is going to be kind of an orange and a black. This is 70 denier burnt orange UTC thread. I'm just going to put a little bit of a bump down here. I'm going to put down some turkey biots. I do prefer goose, but I didn't have any goose biots that kind of match this, so these are just going to be orange. So again, an orange and a black. It's not Halloween anymore, but I did kind of like this color pattern. And again, I plan on tying about half a dozen of these in different colors, but I figured I'd stop halfway along the way. I can show you a black and a gold one, or black and copper that I just did too towards the end. This is a size 10 U101, and it's a really long hook already. A size 10 it's getting to be a pretty big hook in my opinion. So I don't want this tail to be super long, a little more than maybe half a shank or something like that. So I'll just spin up my thread. I'm going to kind of separate this tail out, and I'm just going to get back there, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a pinch wrap and try to get those right on the side. That might be a little bit long, but I'll call that pretty good. I just want those to kind of be as even as I can get them, and that little bump is gonna kind of spread them just enough where I'll be happy. I just want to get those down, come in with my scissors and just trim these off. Then I can get these pushed down. So the body of this, those two bits that he does, there's a couple different ways to do it, but really I'm going to put down just some small, or this is brassy, I guess, brassy black UTC. I'm going to put that down just for the ribbing. And the dubbing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go with a natural dubbing. I'm not going to use in Charlie Craven's, if I'm speaking correctly. I haven't watched the videos in a while. He does like some UV and stuff like that, UV resin on them. I'm not going to put any UV resin on this. So I'm going to put some natural dubbing down. And the dubbing I'm going to use is just Hareline Dubbin in rusty orange. It matches these biots pretty well, not perfectly. It's really hard to get everything to line up perfectly, but you do what you can. Match it as close. It's easy to match blacks and stuff like that, but with an off color kind of like this, orange, rust is usually pretty close and stuff like that, but I'm just going to dub this on. I'm going to just put quite a bit on here. I didn't put any lead down. I said I wanted this to be thin, and that is true, but it's a bigger bait just in general. So I'll just start here. This is going to be really buggy. Get right there. And I might have to put a little bit more on. And I can always trim the bugginess out if I really want to, but that wire is going to push down some of it anyway. I'll kind of do a test wrap here just to see if I like how much dubbing is there. That's not too bad. You could counter wrap this or do whatever, but I'm just going to wrap it standard. I'm just gonna do like 3 wraps, just a couple wraps, then I'll come right by my bead, and I'm gonna work back just a little bit when I put down. I'm gonna do a pheasant tail wing case on this. I'm gonna just get that lash down. I'm gonna do a pheasant tail wing case, and I'm gonna do a little Indian hen wings. And so I've got this, again, you're sensing the color pattern here. This is just like an orange dyed pheasant tail, but you can see there's black in it. And then with the hen that I'm gonna use, there's black in it too. So it's not necessarily an all orange bait. I've got quite a few pheasant tail fibers here, but this is a smaller, the fibers on this were shorter and thinner, so it's not necessarily gonna be like a super thick wing case. I'm just gonna trim off those little tiny fine fibers, and I'm gonna put that behind my first bead. I'm just gonna wrap that right there, right on top, and I can kind of just make sure when I pull that over, it's gonna go over, so I left just a little bit of room right on that hook. I'm not quite the tire Charlie is, so I actually just put a little bit of super glue. That's why these beads aren't moving. I put just a little bit of super glue down there just because I haven't tied 500 of these, and it can be a little difficult to kind of know how much space you need. There might be a little bit too much space in between the 2 beads, but I'm gonna put those wings down anyway. And when you push down a little bit on those tungsten beads, it'll spread out a little bit. So I'm gonna put a little bit more dubbing down right here, just a tiny bit, just because now this orange, this thread matches pretty well with this dubbing, so I really don't have to do this, but I don't want to show too much of that, of my thread and stuff like that. So I'll just get that down, and then what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to dub my thread pretty good now and work my way up. So put a little bit of wax on my finger to help this stick. You could do a really long, thin dub of this. You can have it be a little bit shorter and fatter. This is super buggy stuff. I'm gonna wrap one more, and then I'm gonna come on top, just so when I fold that wing case over, you're not gonna be able to see when it crosses up. And I'm just gonna fill in all that stuff, and you can see I've got just a couple wicked guard hairs here. Trim those out quick. You can comb it out if you want to make it buggier, or you can really trim it. I'm going to end up wrapping over most of this anyway. So now I've got just a little feather. There's a bunch of ways to put these on. I've just stripped this, and I made it as even as I could on both these sides, and I'm just going to strip off one, put it on the side, strip off the other, put it on the side. I had another feather here that I was going to do, you put it down and pull, but really either way is going to be fine. And I'm actually going to use my left hand, and I'll just pull that feather. I can kind of clump these up. The hardest thing about doing it this way is making sure that they're the same length. So when you put that first one on, wherever that first one goes is where your second one's going to have to go. And that's a pretty thick wing. That's alright. And I'll pull that tight. I want it to be, this is a size 10. I don't tie a ton of stuff bigger than this, so I'll strip off that second little piece. I want to make sure that these are as aligned as I can get them, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And I can put that on this side. Again, I want to measure these out as best as I can, but you can always unwrap and rewrap and retry and do whatever you gotta do. A little bit high up there. So I'm gonna pull this one out just a little bit. That looks pretty good, but that should be good enough for me. Give it a wrap or two on the other side. And then I'm gonna grab some finer tip scissors. These are copters. And I'm gonna just get as close as I can. I'm gonna end up putting some dubbing and stuff down here so I don't have to be super duper picky about making sure I got that as close as I can get it. I'm gonna put a little bit more dubbing down, and then I'm gonna work my way up to the eye. And this is where you have to kind of be careful. I don't have a ton of real estate on by this eye. It's really just gonna be for my pheasant. I'm not gonna bring any dubbing up there. As I say that, maybe I'll try it. But I'm just gonna wrap, maybe push that wing back just a little bit more, and I can work my way up. Get that dubbing off. Work my way up, and just get a little bit of thread down. Then I can pull my wing case up. And I'm just gonna wrap right there. Put a little pressure on there. Make sure that that's as straight as I want it to be. Got some dubbing. See the wings. Be careful here. If it slides off, you'll be just fine. But I just want to do a couple wraps. I don't want to do too much. And I did this on another video. I'm going to trim just like right here. And that way I can whip finish, because I should have enough wraps just like that. And that's why I'm using this orange thread. You could put some dubbing right here, but I wasn't feeling it. So I'll trim that off, and I can come in here again as close as I can get it. And that should be good. So now this is where, if you want to trim all this stuff, you can, because this is super buggy stuff. But I mean, maybe I'll trim it up a little bit, but really simple pattern, kind of a quick tie, little wing case on there, orange and black. I tied this copper one. I'm kind of going back and forth. Really, I'm just experimenting. I'm just messing around here to see. This is a little bit of a fatter body, and I didn't put anything in the front. Again, I'm just, you tie some up and you just mess around with different colors, different patterns. These wings are a little bit bigger. This is a copper, so this is a 9/64 and a 5/32. If you go up, I mean, you could put a 3/16 on the front of this, but these two beads, for what I'm doing, I'm ice fishing. I mean, this is plenty heavy to be jigging. 2 of these tungsten beads adds up pretty quick. So little Charlie Craven inspired fly. I don't know, maybe this is exactly what he ties, but maybe a little bit different. Fun little fly, little nymph pattern, heavy, get down to where the fish are. Junior's Fishing Company. Like and subscribe, drop some comments below. We'll see you on the next one.